Hey, what's up guys? It's me Apollo here, back with a new short story. The name of this story is What If Naruto Was Reincarnation of Goku Black? Shout out to X Gaming for suggesting this idea to me. Now before continuing this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel. And now let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins 6 years after the Ninetales Fox attack in the village known as the Village Hidden in the Leaves. It was October 10th, the day the Ninetales was defeated by the leader of the said village, and the villagers celebrated and remembered the people who died that eventful day. But among these people were those who did another activity, and that was to hunt down the Jinchuriki of the said Bijou, a boy who was born on the same eventful day and was used as the container of the Ninetales Fox. Naruto Uzumaki, the boy that was burdened by this curse, was hated and hunted down by these people. The boy did not know the reason that why these villagers hated him and beats him every chance they get. But the good thing was that most of the times he would be saved by the ambush or the cage of the village Hiruzen Surutabi, whom Naruto calls his Jiji. But this was not one of those lucky days, as he was cornered by the villagers in an alley and had no way to escape. Dang it, I am trapped, thought Naruto. We have got you now, demon. There is no way to escape finally. Today we will avenge all those who have fallen and nobody can save. You, WHA. What did I do to you all? Why are you all hurting me? What did you do? Oh, stop playing so innocent, demon. We all know who you truly are, said the mob that surrounded Naruto, as he was in fear for his life and was hopping and begging for someone's help. But alas, no help came, and he suffered from a brutal beating from the villagers. He was just enduring it all while shedding silent tears, and soon he passed out and lost consciousness altogether as people finally stopped the torment that they were causing the young child, as they smiled at the bloody visage of the beaten child before making their way out of the alleyway to enjoy the defeat of the demon fox, leaving the said child at the other end of the alley in the pool of his own blood in the cold night. As we go now inside the mind of the unconscious child to see that the kid was laying down in a puddle of water in front of a huge cage which had a kanji for seal on it in the center of the huge bar doors, as two huge blood-red eyes with slits opened, and now was gazing at the child in front of it with piercing gaze. He shouldn't be here, said the huge fox as it looked at the kid for a bit, and the said, so it was the very people he saved. What a pity, said the fox. Oh yeah, kid, wake up. The fox tried again and again, but to no avail. The kid wouldn't budge. And after that, Fox influenced the seal a bit to weaken it and check the health of the kid, and was shocked at what he found. Those people, they destroyed his chakra system and cut it off his tissues. I can't do anything aside from healing his tissue. The kid won't be able to use chakra. And guess what? It's all Minato's fault, as Kyuubi was mumbling to itself. It sensed something that shouldn't exit. What? But how? No, it can't be such darkness, such power, said the Bijou. Unknown to Bijou, those people has unleashed something that shouldn't even exit, and yet it does. As the darkness flared itself, and a booming voice was heard laughing. Finally, after so long, I am free. Ha 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 ha. As Kyuubi was shocked, and due to the immense power was frozen. No matter what it tried, it could not move its left. You, what are you? Questioned Kyuubi. As for a moment there was only silence until the darkness-filled entity spoke. Foolish little thing, I am a god, said the being as the Kyuubi remained quiet. You are no god, Kyuubi growled at the being as the said being only moved its hand and said a word, Hakai, as the Bijou's eyes widen as it begins to turn into dust. What have you done to me? Questioned Kyuubi as it was disappearing from existence. As it looked at the being in front, which was now more visible, it wore black clothes and white boots and had weird black hair. Oh, nothing, I was just making sure that my powers were still intact or not, as it smirked. And lo and behold, they are. I said, who are you? Human, said the Bijou as it was stopped by an enormous amount of killer intent from the said being as it scowled at the said Bijou, who was scared for the first time in 1,000 years. I am no human, I am a god, you hear me, a god, and not just any god. I am the god of destruction, Lord Zamasu, said the being as it smirked at the scared and disappearing image of Kyuubi. And you, my fox friend, are the first of many more to come persons to witness my powers. As now the being looked toward Naruto, who is still knocked out cold. So this is my reincarnation, pathetic, as it turned to Kyuubi and said, you don't have to worry about anything, my furry friend, as I will take care of everything from now on. As the fox growled, but didn't do nothing as it disappeared out of existence. As now Zamasu turned towards Naruto, you my boy, will be the catalyst itself who will destroy this world, said the god as it read Naruto's memories.
And these people does not deserve kindness or mercy of any sort at all,
said Zamasu, for the first time feeling pity and mercy of a human in his immortal life as he thought about something for a bit before speaking. I have decided you, and I will merge together and will become an unstoppable
force, and nobody will harm you this way. As he, after saying this, placed a palm on Naruto's chest as bright pink light begins to glow, and it starts to spread until nothing was visible
anymore. As after the light died down, we see that there was no one else there except Naruto, not the Kyuubi or the god himself, just Naruto, but different, as now we go towards the outside of his mind to see that while that was going on inside Naruto's mind, some of the Anbus were able to find Naruto, but this time too late. But thank God, when they checked his pulse, he was still breathing, so they rushed him to Anbu Hospital because the normal hospital wouldn't treat him, so they had no other
choice. Although some of the Anbus and Anbu doctors still hated the boy, but they were kind enough to treat him
so he could heal. As after arriving there, Naruto was treated, and the Hokage was informed of this situation, as well as Hiruzen rushed to hospital after finding out about this.
As after arriving there, Hiruzen asked one of his Anbus, where is he, as the Anbu told him the direction of Naruto's room.
After arriving there, Hiruzen saw Naruto at that state and his heart stopped beating for a moment. Oh, Naruto, I am so sorry, my boy. I shouldn't have left you alone at night. Hiruzen considered himself guilty for the pain and condition Naruto was in. As this was going on, he felt a presence behind him. Hokage Sama, said a voice. What? Hiruzen replied. Can't you see I am busy here, said Hiruzen. As the Anbu replied, the council has called for a meeting, Hokage Sama. Tell them that I am busy at the moment. We will have a meeting on a later date and time, said Hiruzen as the Anbu nodded before disappearing from there. As Hiruzen turned back towards Naruto and sighed. Rest, Naruto, I will make sure that this doesn't happen to you any long from now on, said Hiruzen. As after that, Hiruzen remained silent and began to leave for the said council meeting, but what he did not see was that Naruto's
eyes opened and he looked at Hiruzen before closing his eyes with a smirk as he thought,
stupid old man thinks he can control me, huh? I am not just a silly little boy that anyone can manipulate. I am a god lord, Tsar no Lord Naruto, said the new merged being as it had made up its mind that it will no longer be controlled or manipulated by anyone. And those who think they can try and see the
consequences of doing so.
They all shall be perished. As now we go towards Hiruzen, who was now inside a council meeting, and sighed as the usual stuff was going on. The people of civilian council were trying their best to free the civilians and get the demon killed, as they said that the demon made them do it. And on the other side, the Shinobi clan head council was not impressed by their bold claims as usual and were countering them with factual
answers, and the elders of the village were just silent, enjoying the things play out. As Hiruzen then said, enough, are all of you little kids fighting each other? As all of them became quiet, and Hiruzen then said, Naruto is not at fault and he is in critical condition because of those people, and you want me
to punish him now? Are you all stupid and forgot about Minato and Kushinas, which his time has not come yet any time before, and our village will suffer?
As the clan heads and elders agreed, as civilians were not pleased with this at all. But Hokage Sama, we are tired of seeing that thing around our village, as if it owns the place. For how much long should we wait? As all of the civilians nodded at that, as Hiruzen sighed, all I can say is that we have to wait for them to return, because only they can kill it, and besides, it's not the demon yet, it's
Naruto. As Jiraiya said, the demon will take over his body when he will be at
the age of 10 or 13, so all we can do is wait until then, or for their return, so they can finish him. Until then, you are all not allowed to beat him. He is just a kid with a huge burden, still not the demon it carries. As after this, all of them became quiet as Hiruzen said his final words. We as Konoha citizen will not harm a kid who is unaware of his unfortunate faith.
I might even say we should respect him for being the noble sacrifice for the sake of this village, and let him live his remaining days peacefully.
As after Hiruzen finished speaking, Danzo said, Hiruzen is right, we should do as he says. Besides, in the end, the demon will die win-win for all of us.
Exactly, said Hiruzen. All I am asking is to wait until he turns into a demon, because I assure you we will know. So until then, do as you have been told. As all of them nodded, listening to their leader, as the meeting finally came to an end, as all of them began to leave. But unknown to them, Naruto was already aware of this situation and was already devising a plan to humiliate them all. After all, he was a god, and now could see through people. Even if he could kill them all right now, he wanted to play their little game for fun and beat them in it, of course. And as for his parents, he had a surprise in store for them now. All we had to do was wait for a few years and play dumb as an innocent kid, as now we have a time skip of 6 more years. As now, we see that an Anbu was walking inside Konoha's prison, as it appeared in front of a room after walking some bit as the door of the room opened. "Wake up, demon, it's time," said the Anbu as he dragged the boy with his hand and took him to the center heart of the village where many people were gathered. Among them were clan head, as well as civilians and Hokage and elders alongside some new faces. And yet he knew who they were. They were his parents along with his sibling, his brother, and 2 of the Sanins, as Naruto smirked at them as this made people angry, and cursed at him as Minato stood forward. "Silence, my people, today. We will end you, demon. Even though it hurts me to do this to my own son, I have to. May you find happy place, Naruto, and may we meet again in Haven. But as for you, Kyuubi, I hope you rot in deepest pits of hell," as he charged a Rasengan in his hand and began to move forward towards the demon possessing his son. "Go to hell, demon," as he slammed his Rasengan onto Naruto, as an explosion happened as people began to cheers for their hero, their leader, until they heard a laughter, a sinister laughter, as Minato turned back toward the demon to only see him missing from there. As then they all looked above to see Naruto floating in the middle of the sky and releasing huge amount of power. As he looked down at them all like tiny insects, surprised, he said, as they were still recovering from their shock, as how was this even possible? His powers were stripped away from him. As Naruto laughed at their surprised faces, "This is not the Kyuubi's powers," as this shocked them. "This is my own power. The power of God of destruction," Naruto yelled as he released huge amount of Kai, as all of them were thrown back. As Minato then said, "Naruto, is that you, my son?" "Always have been," Naruto said, as in his hand was a key blast that he fired, killing Minato instantly in front of all of them, as they were shocked to witness their leader in front of them instantly, and now was scared for their lives. As Naruto then landed in the middle as Hiruzen, Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Kushina jumped in center in front of Naruto, who smirked at them as Kushina asked, "Naruto, is it really you? Are you all dumb? Of course, it has been me. Bullshit, you are the Kyuubi. I checked the seal myself." As Naruto laughed, "Let me show you why I am Naruto, not Kyuubi," as his eyes landed on Menma, his brother, as Naruto smirked, got within as they flinched at this. "What are you doing, Naruto?" said Kushina. "Showing you all proof," said Naruto, as he looked at Menma and said, raising his hand, "Hakai," as Menma screamed as he began to disappear in front of everyone. "MOM. It hurts," said Menma. Menma yelled, "Kushina, Naruto, you made your point, please stop it." "That's the point. Why should he get to enjoy life while I suffer?" replied Naruto, as Jiraiya then said, "But how you did not have any talent, how?" as Naruto laughed, as Menma finally died, as Kushina fell down to her knees. She has just lost her son and husband too. The son she thought was a demon, as Naruto smiled. "How does it feel, Kushina? Tell me, how does it feel to be the one who is helpless and can't do anything against more powerful beings? Tell me." As Kushina got up, "I will kill you by my own hands." Naruto, really now, like I will allow that to happen? As Naruto disappeared in a blur, appearing beside her. "Die, pathetic excuse of a mother," Naruto said before he stabbed her with a Kai blade, as she fell down on the ground, as he began to laugh, as all of the people were in true horror now. The heroes, they were taken out instantly, and the demon was the one standing. "And now, as for you, old man," he said, looking at Hiruzen, who flinched as Naruto in blink of an eye appeared in front of him, as he placed his hand to his forehead. "Explode for me, would you?" as Hiruzen's head began to expand until he screamed in agony in front of his own people, who witnessed this scene with utter horror as Hiruzen's head exploded. As Jiraiya and Tsunade were the only one left there, as Anbas and Shinobis were trying to protect the people, as Naruto spoke. "Now what, Jiraiya, what are you and your toads gonna do now?" as Jiraiya's eyes widened. "How do you know about them? Tell me," as Boruto laughed. "I know because I am the god that they told you about," as Jiraiya stopped and froze. "But how?" as Naruto laughed. "I am the reincarnation of Zamasu, the new god of destruction of this universe, and I have deemed you all unworthy to live," he said, as all of their faces paled as they bowed down and began to beg for mercy, as Naruto began to laugh at them and their futile effort to save themselves. As Naruto then said, "God Hakai," as all of them, including Jiraiya and Tsunade, began to melt and die there. As Naruto laughed at this scene, seeing Naruto, only one thought was going through his mind, that he was the cause of all this because of his greediness. As he said this to Naruto before melting completely, "I am sorry, Naruto, for all of this," as Naruto looked at him
and said it too late for that now, isn't it, Jiraiya, with serious face, as Jiraiya too disappeared. And now to destroy this shithole Kamihame.
HA, said Naruto as red beam of light fired by him, which destroyed the village and turned it into nothing but rubble and ruins as he smirked at his handiwork perfect. And now for the rest, he said before flying into the sky and disappearing altogether from my sight. After that, we have a time skip. Time skip of 2 years. People has not seen him for 2 whole years, but they were aware of his existence and what he has done. And they were scared of him and were trying to locate him to end him. But regardless of their efforts, they were unsuccessful, and he was yet to be found, the destroyer of Shinobis. As many of the cage meetings have been held, and many times they made plans to counter him. But in the end, they were still unsure, and it was like any other meeting today, as all remaining cages have gathered here at Iron Country for another summit, and it was going as usual until they sensed a figure inside the room. As they all became alert, and silence regained the room as the figure walked out of the shadows and smirked at them, causing them to panic and freeze. Hello mortals, he said, I am Naruto, and I am your end. As the cages felt so much pressure that they couldn't even move, as Emi Terumi the Mizukage then asked, why are you doing this? As Naruto smiled and said, I am just doing my job, that is to judge and destroy, and for you all I have choose both. As all of them flinched after hearing him say that. But why? What did we do for you to decide that without giving us a chance? As Naruto laughed, really now do you think I am an idiot? He said, mentioning Reikage, I have been for the past 2 years doing this, because my rational side was saying that I shouldn't just kill you without any reason, but after I witnessed your pasts and saw the atrocities that all of you have committed, I was satisfied with my decision of destroying you all. As the all flinched. As a matter of fact, your villages are being destroyed by me right now, as this shocked them all and scared them as well. But how? Asked Oniki the Tsuchikage of Iwagaka, as Naruto replied by clones, you idiot, as he laughed at their faces. And now as for the only remaining village in this world, Naruto said, releasing his powers in the room, causing them to fall back. It's time to die. Finished. Naruto entering SSJ Rose, shocking all of them, as he them said, I just love the smell of fear, as he looked at them run. He said, and that is what they did. After some time, we see Naruto standing in front of piles of dead bodies burning along the village in front of him, as he closed his eyes and said, come out now. No, you pests are here. As he turned towards them to see, it was the Otsasuke's all right time to kill you pests once and for all, he said, as their battle alone destroyed this barren planet. But in the end, Naruto was the only man standing while everyone else perished, as he heard a voice, you have destroyed my creation, mortal. It was Kami and her sister, as Naruto smirked, and like you haven't done any good to my life, it was to mold you into a selfless hero. Naruto cutted her off like a hero. She say, I did not ask for this, and I declare war on all of you, said Naruto, as he and the goddesses got into a battle stance, and that marked the beginning of the end cycle, as the war raged on for millennia, and in the end, the goddesses were the ones who lost. As Naruto made them his slaves, and did not stop there, he even went to other Pathians and conquered them, such as the Greek, the Nos, and in the end his own Pathian as well, taking care of all of his hurdle, and conquering all in his path, the true immortal king. Nobody could stand in his way, as he would brutally butcher them, and set them aside like a pest in his path to be trampled upon, and by the end of his regime, he has conquered almost all galaxies and universes. And his torment for the people whom he had killed first, his parent, and Konoha, did not end it there. He would revive them, and make them kill each other again and again, as they begged for him to stop, but to no avail, as he was all out mercy for these lot, as they were nothing more than source of amusement for him, his slave, for his fun, and it was all their fault. They had nobody else except themselves to blame because of their foolishness they were suffering today, and he was the one tormenting them, the ultimate you in a reverse card in history, as this is how his life went in from here on out as the true supreme ruler of all, Lord Naruto. As this is where I am leaving this story of, guys. I hope you like it, and if you do, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel. And do let me know if I should make stories from here on out like this, or use my voice instead. It's quite hard. It took MW3 Horse to make this story lore. Anyways, this Apollo, and I am signing of peace.